Hey everyone, this is Raven Mini Voices, and I just want to share with you something that we don't always think about, which is our ability to talk to spirit, to ghosts, to the unseen. I just recently had a great email conversation with somebody, and they had an interaction with a spirit, with a ghost in the house. It even made their dogs bark, and it just blew their mind, but they were being cautious and kind of a little worried because then when they went online on the internet to look up more information on the spirit that they saw, they started really freaking out because there is so much negativity about ghosts. There's so much fear wrapped up around this. So when I wrote her back, the first thing I did was congratulate her. Like, congratulations, you had an amazing experience with a ghost, with a spirit, and to give yourself a pat in the back, because a lot of us really want that. We really want that contact with the other side. But when it happens, it kind of freaks us out. So I told her congratulations, but then also I went through some steps, and I wanted to share some of that with all of you because I think a lot of us really want that connection with spirit, but then we don't always know what to do with it when it happens, or some of the protocol that we can do. And what do I mean by protocol? There are rules that you and spirit can follow. Just because they're invisible doesn't mean there's not rules that they can follow to make the whole experience a lot better for everybody involved. So when you're having a spirit, and this could be in your house, this could be at someone else's house, or out in the woods, or at a graveyard, or wherever you are, when you have a spirit contact, some of the signs to really pay attention to is a coldness. Something about spirit when especially loved ones, deceased loved ones, ancestors, when they approach, there can be a coolness or a coldness to them. And again, that's not because it's bad, it's just because of their energy, how it translates to us. So if you're in the room, you're thinking about your grandmother, and all of a sudden the room gets really cold, probably your grandmother arrived. She came to talk to you and you feel the coldness. Watch your thoughts would be the next step, because oftentimes when these spirits come, especially if it's a loved one, a deceased loved one, you're going to start thinking about the person or have memories. So maybe all of a sudden, I'll use that grandma example again, is you start thinking about making cookies with grandma. You even smell those cookies or taste them on your mouth. So use your senses. Maybe you start actually having memories of that person, or maybe it's a sensory. You smell her perfume, you hear the chuckle, all of a sudden when you're flipping through the TV, you find her favorite program, Matlock's on, whatever it is. So again, those signs start showing up, but it also can be sensory too, through nose, through hearing, through taste, even touch. Maybe you have a tickling in the back of your neck, or you feel like someone's grabbing your hand or giving you a hug. You actually feel your hair moving. Definitely have had that with Mother Mary. So, and again, it doesn't just mean your deceased loved ones. It can also be a spirit guide too, because they like to present themselves in a flash of light. Birds and bugs can come really close, especially for fairies. They love bringing like little insects and birds really close to you as they kind of check you out. So look for these different signs, but particularly with ghosts, coldness, memories, and a feeling. And again, it's okay to have that kind of scared kind of feeling, because again, you are sensing something out of your ordinary life, and so it puts us on the defensive. Check yourself with this. That's the third part. Is your response to this because of what the media has taught you, that all ghosts are evil and out to get you, or is it really you freaking out because of what's around you? And that's really important, because our media tells us one thing, but when we feel with our heart, oftentimes the spirit, it has no ill intent. It doesn't feel evil or anything. So really feel with the heart. Does the spirit that's approached me, does it feel bad? No? Then you're probably fine. Fourth part is that your guides and angels, dragons, fairies, they love you to pieces, and they're only going to bring to you what you're ready for. You may not think you're ready, but you're ready. So that means if you've been praying to see your guides and spirits, then they're going to bring you guides and spirits. So you've been asking for this contact, they're going to come forward. And as I said, that the wind's picking up, so they're hearing us. So they want to come and talk to us. They really do. They want to share that wisdom. They want to help you with their healing. They love you. Identify what it is Is this a spirit of the land where you're living? So if I have a spirit coming to talk to me right here, is that connected to the land, the house, or is it an ancestor or spirit for me? Very important, because again, as you open up spirit wise, it could be just a spirit of the land thanking you for taking care of the land, or it could be the house, previous owners, or an echo, or it could be a guide or an ancestor, like I said, that beloved grandmother that maybe wants to come and have a chat with you. So ask who it is. You always have the ability, no matter what it is, you always have the ability to ask who it is, what do they want, and what message do they want to share with you. Okay, and then finally, call for your protection. Have boundaries. So call upon Archangel Michael. You got to love the Archangel Michael, that angel of protection. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. But any guide will do. Bear, dragon, fairy, whoever you work with, ask them to surround you with a circle of protection. Think of it as kind of that friend that kind of makes sure the other party is going to behave themselves. So ask that protection to be there. They'll be the filter to be sure you're only getting what is appropriate for you in the interaction. Okay, so you've had the spirit come, but afterwards, and maybe you watch this video after you had the contact with the spirit, that's okay. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, so you can actually interact with that moment of having that spirit contact at any time, because we can go back at that time and place and have that conversation. So if this event of we'll say the grandmother, you're cooking, all of a sudden you smelt the cookies, you started thinking about your grandmother, and you're pretty sure she came for a visit, I can either ask grandma to come talk to me. And a really good way to do that is light a candle. It's like a beacon. It's like a flashlight, a light in the darkness. It tells them that you're ready to talk. So do that light and have them for a conversation. Just be sure to blow out the candle when you're done. Or you can go back to that time and place. I can go back to the kitchen. I can visualize it. I'm standing there. I'm smelling the cookies. And then in my mind's eye, I can think about my grandmother. And then when I'm sitting there with grandma, then I can have that conversation. The third way we can do it is we can do it through our guides. So if you're having a hard time or not quite sure what that spirit was, you can turn to your guides like Archangel Michael and say, hey, who was that and what do they want, and can you help me connect? They are happy to be that mediator between you and that spirit. It's better to work with what you're comfortable with, but don't be afraid to expand, because sometimes these spirits that come to us actually are our guides, or maybe a new guide. Maybe it's a new angel or a earth being that wants to work with you. And because of our fear, we push them away. So they will just gently knock on the door, hang out, and sometimes because we're not paying attention, they will make our animals respond. The dog, the cat, the lizard, yes, lizards see things too. They will bark, they will sense something there. So again, ask them, hey, is this a guide? Who is this? What do you want? What do you have to share with me? Those are the three big ones. And then finally, you have the right to ask for them to behave. So if they're coming at 3 o'clock in the morning and waking you up, or making your dogs bark all the time so that your dog's getting neurotic, you can always ask them to please respect the boundaries of my house. I have a special bench that I have out front outside of my house, and it's my welcoming bench. I ask them to come sit there and then get Michael or Mother Mary's attention, and they will let me know that someone new has come. Or if you've got a special place, like I have a medicine wheel, they know that they can come and talk to me on the medicine wheel, because it's a place between the realms I've created where I can talk to them. It can be a candle, it can be time, but most importantly, just be sure to check in, and again, ask them to please shift their energy, not to disrupt the animals, your furry loved ones, the other beings in your house, including children too, if they're being pesty. I had a fairy that used to like to ride my cat like a horse. It drove my cat crazy, to the point where the cat refused to come downstairs because I knew that fairy was there waiting for him. So again, I asked the fairy, please, can you go outside and help me grow my flowers instead of riding my cat? And she agreed. So again, work with spirit, find out who's there. I hope this really helps to maybe broaden your mind. I really thank that beautiful person that came forward to ask that question in email about their experience. And again, just share. So be sure to share what experiences you had on this video, and definitely go to Facebook, Voices for Spirit on Facebook. It's my group on there, and share your ghost experiences or spirit experiences. We want to hear it because we learn from each other. So thank you, everybody, and happy haunting. I hope you have a spirit come forward and connect with you today so that you can expand and see how much love and support you have, both seen and unseen. Many blessings to you, and happy to be of service, to be a voice from spirit. Namaste.